Hello everybody, this is John Sarah here, and today I'm going to teach you how to render in 60 FPS in Camtasia. Now, before you render something, you might need QuickTime, and yes, it's free. I'll just put in the description on where to download it. So, anyways, first up we're gonna import some media. For example, this NBA 2K15 game here. Yeah, we're gonna import it, and sometimes we're sick of, like you're running your video on 60 frames. It's so smooth, and then after you render it with Camtasia's shitty ass render settings and only locks down to 30 FPS, your video is like it's lagging, but it's actually not originally lagging. Shiz happens. So anyways, before you do this, what size do you want your video to be? I recommend you do the recording dimensions, which is 1920x1080, because that's the dimension I recorded the game. So press OK right there. Now the video is kind of big, so I'm just gonna lower it down to 1 minute just so we can render this faster. Now I know you'll be like, oh he just did that, just lower the size, right? Well, you see first, okay? You just gonna have to wait. So anyways, and then we're gonna delete this track. Okay, this is just an example. Okay, you don't need to follow it. You need to cut 1 minute. Okay, it depends on how many minutes of your video you want it to be. So anyways, and then let's go produce and share right here. If you want to create a new what's that again? A new preset of your render settings, just go to add or edit preset, because that's what I'm gonna do right now. But I already made one, so here it is. Here is the MOV preset, introducing that. But how do you create that? First, you go to add or edit preset right there and press new. We'll title this MOV preset tutorial. No, you don't need to add tutorial, but I might clone again. So and then check MOV. That's really recommended. So press next. QuickTime options, settings, H.264. That's recommended. It should be at 60 FPS, okay? So since you're rendering on 60 FPS. However, if you are recording in 30 frames per second, not exactly 60 FPS, please do not mind rendering in 60 FPS. It's still useless. Just go with the original one. You must get, not really exactly, but a peak frame rate of 60 FPS. Keyframe should be every 1 frame if you want to make your video smooth. You can make it automatic, but I recommend every 1 frames because, that really makes your video smoother. Uncheck frame reordering, and increase the quality to high. Not best, because unless you have a great video card or whatever, I'm not sure. But when I try best, it doesn't work. It still goes back to high. So anyways, faster encode single pass. If you do multipass, that's not gonna work. It's just gonna driver error. I don't know. Some shiz. I'm not sure, but I believe there will be driver errors. For data rate, automatic. Do not restrict to, or else the compressor will be disabled. So press OK. And then settings for here, it should be MPEG-4, low complexity, AAC. Data rate, for 48.0000 kilohertz, or 48 kilohertz for short. 16-bit, there's no 32-bit, I don't know why. Stereo options, it doesn't work anyways. So press OK. And then right after that, it should be prepared for internet streaming. Check that, and it should be fast start. Not any of these. I don't know what's the effect, but fast start. Press OK. Next, yeah, for this one, just use editing dimension size. I recommend that. Then press next and press finish. So here it is. We have MOV preset tutorial. What you're gonna do is press close, and yeah, the original file should be MOV preset. But since this is tutorial, I just cloned it, so they're actually both the same. So press next and press whatever you like for. So this is my example MOV preset tutorial right here. Organized into subfolders. That's a pain in the arse. So pretty much I'll say no. So press finish, and I'll see you after the render. Okay, now we're done. So first we're gonna X that first, and I'm gonna prove it to you on that it's really 60 frames per second. So first I click this one, properties, and wait, oh, it's 1 gigabyte per minute. How am I gonna upload it to YouTube? Well, you better wait, okay? The magic happens later on. So let's first go to details. You see it's 60 frames per second. Although there's a channel, there's an audio problem. You see 64 kbps, 1 mono, 44 kilohertz. You see, that's the problem right here for MOV, because sometimes MOV glitches a lot, but we can fix that. And also, we can also lower its file size. Here's where the magic happens. go install Handbrake. Now that's a free program, and I'll put it in the description down below. And if you don't know how to install, I mean, like, seriously, you don't know how to install? No, anyways, I'm just joking. But, you know, just search for tutorials on how. There's so many like that. So go to source and go open file. And right after that, click on the rendered video, not the AVI, for crying out loud. And let's go, where is that? Where did I place that? I forgot already. Desktop. I believe I placed that. Okay, here we go. And we'll be preset tutorial, and okay, you see, we have it right here. Now, do not touch any picture settings, nor the filter settings. We go to video settings for a while. It should be H.264x264. That's the video codec, video codec that we're going to use. Frame rate same as source, you can do that, but you know, I recommend 60 just to double check. Peak frame rate, constant frame rate, it's gonna mess up around some frame rate, so don't pick up peak. Check peak frame rates. For this, not constant quality, don't go with that. Go with average bitrate kbps and enter 8000. Not too fast encoding. Don't check any of these because you might have driver problems. You know, I'm not really sure, but just don't. For this, don't touch any of these. Just check, use advanced tab, because if you don't, you can't enter there. So to make that appear, you check that. Pretty easy, right? I'm just joking. But before we go to advanced tab, we'll go to audio tab first. So it should be, yeah, it's one English AAC, since you know that's the only channel that the MOV preset has. And for the mix down, you change Dolby Pro Logic to stereo. Now I know what you're thinking. Dolby is much better, but you know we have to lower down the file size too. So I'm not sure though if which one lowers the file size, Dolby or stereo. But you know, let's just use stereo. For this, I'm not really sure on which one but I'm probably sure they're the same. Both of these AACs, FAAC or FFmpeg. But you know, I just picked the default one, which is FAAC. For the bitrate, lower that down to 128 kilobits, I think. Yeah, whatever. So sample rate, don't make that auto, make that 48. Okay, now that we're done, don't add any subtitles. You're not gonna add chapters. Don't touch anything of that. Now for the advanced, okay. Remember how you get there? Of course, you have to check that. Use advanced tab instead. So, anyways, for the reference frames, for me, I use 1, since every frames per second on the video will be smooth. So, anyways, maximum beat frames, I set that to 2. I don't know why, but I just like it to 2, because you know that's the recommended YouTube video settings. For Kabak check, because you know that's what YouTube recommended. Don't touch any of these, everything of these. Okay, so. And once again, we'll review 1 reference frame and 2 maximum B frames. So that's what you're gonna do. So are we done? Of course not. You have to on this. You have to. The container should be MP4, not MKV. Who does that? And also check web optimize. Now before you start, oh wait, it doesn't feel how you fix that error. Of course, you gotta choose your file path, and this is where I keep my videos, rendered videos at projects and others. And file name. Let's just enter. Such pro. No, just joking. That's such a bragger times. No, let's just say tutorial video. All right. So save as type, of course, MP4. Save, and here we go. We start, and I'll see you guys after. All right. So cue finish. So now, where was the file kept? Of course, depending on the destination of your folder and where you kept it. So, anyways, where was that tutorial vid? I can't find it. Where was that? Crap, I can't find it. Shit. So, I'll skip first. Oh wait, no, I found it. I forgot. I called the vid tutorial vid. So here we go. You see, it's 59.3 megabytes. That's right, from 1 gigabyte to 59.3 megabyte. And the properties, I can show it to you that it's running on 60 frames per second. You see, 8,000 kilobytes. 128, although the channel did not change, but still 48 kilohertz, and yeah, that's about it. And then I could prove it to you that the quality of the video is really good.
Yeah, you're exactly right. I mean, there were a lot of turnovers in there.
Yeah. So you see, it's really good actually. So now it's not really actually the best quality, of course, but it's only a standard quality because I set it to 8,000 kilobits. But you know, it's still a great quality. And 59.3 isn't actually that big because 59.3 times 20 minutes is equals to 1 gigabyte. So pretty much 1 gigabyte 20-minute video from the fixed version is equivalent to 1 gigabyte of your 1-minute video of the rendered one. Now the disadvantage of this is that it really buys a lot of time depending on how many minutes, especially encoding it into MOV. You know, MOV sometimes really takes long to render, especially if the video is so long, you know. So yeah, I think that's the only disadvantage, and it really buys a lot of time. So yeah, so I guess that's all it. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.